Hi there, Will Rice with the Tips team, bringing you some tips and tricks to working on Chrome OS devices with Microsoft Office format files. In this case, we'll be using some Microsoft Word documents as an example, talk about what might happen when you convert them into Google Docs, and a few tips to get around that if you would like to simply print them in a hurry. I have a couple of documents shared here, and we're going to start with a really simple Word worksheet. In this case here, I have this worksheet, and when I double click it, it's going to by default open it in a Google Docs editable format. In this case, this document has done a really good job of being imported. We can see that we have the little blue icon up here that doesn't show me there's any errors. If there was an error here where it couldn't deal with it, it would show me a little exclamation mark and explain what it was that it couldn't do. But as we can see here, this document looks very much identical to the original Word document, and I can just go ahead and edit and print this now that it's converted. If I would like to keep this as a Google Doc and use it as a Google Doc moving forward, I can simply go ahead and click File, Save as Google Docs, and it's going to generate a Google Doc formatted version of this Word document that I can now keep in Drive and use all the additional features that Google Docs have. So we can see here, this conversion is basically identical. However, it would be good to be able to compare this to an original preview. So I can go back to this original document, the Word document that I had here. We can see this is the Google Doc little image. Word documents have a W. So I'm going to go ahead and click the three dots, click Open With, and click Preview. This is going to open a preview version of this Word document without converting it into a Google Doc to give me a better idea of what this document looked like originally. I can even go ahead and print from this screen without having to open it as a Google Doc at all, and that's going to bring me straight to the print screen where I can go ahead and click Print and set up all my printer settings. So that's one tip, just the ability to preview a document before opening it as a Google Doc, and how to save a Word document as a Google Doc. For more complicated items, such as this movie permission slip file that I downloaded, I can double click this and open it into Google Docs. We'll see here that full screen images such as this cover screen work really well, but we can already see here that in this section here, this font box definitely is a drawing because it was word art originally. I can go ahead and shrink that down, but what's probably happened here is that the font that was used originally is not compatible. That's often what leads to these spacing issues. So one option I have here is to change that font and touch up that document prior to printing or sharing with the students. Or another option I have here is if I just want to print it as is, I can go ahead and go Open With Preview. When we scroll down, we'll see here that now that font or that original word art here is definitely centered more correctly, and that this text box, these fill in the blanks might be a little bit better. And I can go ahead and print from here like I demonstrated before. When I am ready, however, I can go ahead and click Open with Google Docs or simply double click it and simply touch up that document spacing as needed. This is almost always related to a font selection item here. So I can simply come in here, perhaps reduce this font size a few until it hits a single line, save and close, and now we can see it's back to what it's supposed to look like. So there may or may not be some touch-up required, but as you can see, tables, images, different types of spacing in tables and checkboxes all seem to come across fairly well for your average Word document type. As always, if you ever do need to get back at it as a docx, you could reach out to one of the staff members at your site that may still have a Windows computer with Office installed, and they might be able to help you by opening it and saving it as PDF or making a small edit for you. But bringing it forward and working in Google Drive with Google Workspace apps such as Docs is probably your best way moving forward. One final thing is I prefer to let the documents that I upload go up as Word documents so I can control that conversion process. However, if you have a collection of files and the first 3 or 4 have gone well, you have a couple of options. One option is to, there's no real batch conversion once they're in. However, if I go to my Google Drive settings and I go to right here under the cog and settings, there is an option down here, if I keep scrolling, to automatically convert uploads. So if I have a collection of say 20 or 30 documents that are all very similar and I test one of them and it goes really well, I could choose to then upload the other 19 and click Convert Uploads to Google Docs Editor Format. And what that's going to do is take those Word documents and auto-convert them. Yeah, let's take a look at that right now. I can go ahead now and click New and File Upload. Go to my Downloads folder, and now I can pick one of these documents, such as that permission slip again, or let's do the worksheet. I can click Open. You're going to see that it's uploading a Word file into this folder. However, when it arrives in the folder, we can see that now the W has been replaced with that Google Docs editor file format. I can do the same thing with this document. I could go ahead and go File Upload. I can select that permission slip. In fact, I could click several documents, click Open. It's going to upload them as Word documents, but we'll see them here appear as Google Docs editable options. So if you've tested a couple and they're looking good, you can actually have it automatically move them over for you instead of doing them one by one. Hopefully that's a very quick overview of some of the Google Docs features and Drive features that'll let you use Microsoft Office files such as these Word documents. Do note that older Word documents or more complicated Word documents that use Microsoft specific features or clip art will likely not come across. Some of that is copyright from Microsoft to Google Docs. Some of it might be specific fonts that are not web-safe fonts used by Google Docs. And some of it might just simply be incompatible or older image types. In those cases, you might be best to use that preview feature to print them or to look for an alternate format. I know many of the websites I see content and resources like this offered will offer them now in a Word format, a PDF format, and sometimes even Sheets and Docs format. So, or slides, to be honest. So if any of those apply to you, you can always go back and check if that download you have from a service is available in another format, or maybe take the time to recreate those materials if you need to do some light editing. As always, if you need more supports, head over to tips.epsb.ca for more information.